No disclosure. Hi, my name is Ann-Britt. I'm a singer-songwriter with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Music has been a healing force for thousands of years. Apollo was a Greek god of healing, but I did not know that he was also a healing of music. Ancient tribes had drum circles. That still goes on today. And Chinese used wind chimes. And today, a very well-known one is sound baths, and humming and singing, of course, is healing as well. And on throughout time, we continue to find healing with music. New research is identifying the ways in which music affects the brain. There is books like I heard there was a secret chord and every brain needs music. There is lots of fantastic books. Those two books I just mentioned just came out here in 2024. Many universities and researchers are producing new studies as well. And it is from places like Harvard, the National Institute of Health, Johns Hopkins Medicine, the University of Connecticut, and much more. And I just found out there is an Institute for Music and Neurology function, and I would love to go there one day for sure and share my love for music and how it heals me as well. Music has been shown to help in so many ways, and here are some of them. It can lower your pain level. For me personally, I know that definitely has helping when I sit at the piano, when I sing. I get in a stage in my nervous system where I feel better. It reduces opioid use and reduces anxiety, and it can lower your heart rate and reduce cortisol levels. So it has to do with the autonomic nervous system. There is two main parts of the autonomic nervous system. And we have the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. And that is where we like to be when we have a chronic illness. We are in constant state of stress and fear of something is going on in our body. That's how our body feels. So that's when I feel my headache's coming, my stomach is in pain, and just constant pain and not feeling well, and an overwhelming fatigue comes over you. So what do we do to try to get out of those situations? We have the parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. And this is where the music comes in. When we play music, music stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. So that is what I do as much as I can. I sit at the piano. One of my favorite things to do early in the morning is just play a little bit, and it makes me feel better. And same at night. Before I go to bed, I like to play a little bit. It simply helps my nervous system get into rest and digest. How do we do this? Well, sometimes it's through listening to music. For me, I want to share a story. When I am really down when I've gone through some surgeries, and when you have chronic illness, things happens without your control, and you get down to a place that is not healthy mentally. And I find my song that all the way from I was a young adult, and even a child, I sang this song, stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seems to whisper, I love you. It just helps me calm my nervous system. I have used this one every time on the operating table and I'm stressed out for another complication with my chronic illness. It calms me down. So when I'm in distress, or if I just too in a bad state that I can't make music, I put my headphones on and I try to listen to things that makes me feel better. And of course, making music is wonderful, and it helps as well. The rest and digest, is where we want to try to be when we are in chronic illness. We want to try to be in that place where our nervous system and the vagus nerve is happy. So making music is great. I have a picture of me with a ukulele, and that's a great instrument to start with. You can learn a couple of chords and, just 3 chords, and you can play lots of songs, and you can try to create your own songs. And while you are playing, you are in this beautiful state and you forget about everything around you, including your pain and what you're going through. So if you are up to a challenge, pick up a ukulele or another instrument, even piano, simple chords, and you can play beautiful things. So I highly recommend it. I started kind of later in life, really focusing on my music, and it's not too late. Talking about music and the love for music and how it heals. I actually in the past were in a period where I taught music to young children, music and movement. And it's interesting because I feel it is a full circle for me, because some of those things that I taught, I am now using because of my chronic illness. So I used to have my children that I taught in a circle, and I told them, guess what? Do you know that our body is like an instrument? And they were like, no. So I said to them, so you're breathing. Try to listen to your breathing. Inhale, exhale. It's like a rhythm. And then I told them, pretend you have a violin. Hold your violin. And then you have your bow. And for every inhale, you go. And for every exhale, you go. You go inhale. And you go exhale. And they were like, wow, I can't believe that. See, we got a rhythm. And if you listen to your breathing, it will help you when you don't feel well. And then I told them, we also have a beat. The beat is your heart. So I told them to listen to the heart. And then we go, boom, 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 boom. And that just made their eyes pop open and say, wow, I got a beat and I got a rhythm. Boom, boom. So my daughter is 24. And last week she told me, Mom, I used this technique when I had an anxiety attack. And that was amazing to hear that she is using that. And I myself are using those techniques of listen to your breathing and get into what really you feel, your rhythm of your own body. It helps us. So music helps foster healthy children, including us as well, I feel. Music activates multiple brain regions, and it boosts cognitive skills like memory and attention, and enhances language ability through rhythm and vocabulary, and it improves motor skills, for sure. It fosters emotional and social development, like we just talked about. We just feel better. It gets you in a good mood, and you're able to be better in society. So it comes to my story. My story is that I am born and raised in Denmark. And in Denmark, I had problems with my body all the way from when I was a baby, but they didn't know what was going on with me. So the doctors told my mom and my dad that Ann-Britt, your daughter Ann-Britt has really loose joints. So the best things you can do is swim. So I took that to heart, and I became a champion swimmer in 200 backstroke in Denmark, and in many finals in all kinds of disciplines in swimming. So that had helped kept my body strong with lots of muscles around them. And then in 1992, I came to California, where I've been since, and I had amazing jobs, very active jobs. I have been a activities director for a large resort. I have been a Pilates instructor and a swim coach since I was a teenager. And I have also been doing lots of gigs around town, carrying all my PA systems all by myself. I could do everything. And it was great. Until just like that, I had an unexpected journey that I did not think I was going to go down a path unexpected. I became mysteriously ill in 2018. I couldn't just walk. I fell apart. I needed a wheelchair. I tried to walk down the street, and I just said, my legs doesn't work. They collapsing under me, and I got dizzy and just terrible sick. My stomach was terrible. All these mysterious things happened. It was very, very scary. So I've been using a wheelchair since then when I'm outside the house, and it took me many years to find out what was going on. But then in 2020, 2 years later, I got diagnosed with EDS at the Rady Children's Hospital in San Diego. And then I got a replacement of 2 cervical discs, C5 and 6 and C6 and 7. I got that because I had the worst spasms. My husband had to get me off the floor and try to get me to move again. I had a cervical collar on for 2 years. I had the worst neurological symptoms, and after the cervical replacement of those 2 discs, I feel so much better. Those neurological issues are under control, so I am very grateful for that. But unfortunately, from all the way from 2018, I had major GI issues as well. And in May of 2022, I became dependent on a feeding tube. I started with a GJ feeding tube, and now I have it separated because I had multiple surgeries and complications, and to finally decided we need to separate them so we have less complications. So now I have a J tube and a G tube, and into now they're going pretty well. But with that, there is a lot of stress, a lot of pain, a lot of why me? I didn't ask for this. It's extremely hard not to be able to eat. But chronic illness seems to always knock you over, and you have to find a way to make things work. So one of the things that I do is sing songs and write songs. So here I would love to sing a little part of my song Butterfly that I wrote when I was undiagnosed. I didn't know what was going on. And it was probably one of my hardest times, because when you don't know what is going on, it is extremely stressful. So here's a little part of my song, Butterfly. I look upon the sky, I wonder how did I come to this, and I can only wish. I wonder why me? I had to find another way. And the way I did it by writing music, by finding something to do so I didn't focus on all the negative things about having a chronic illness. Sometimes I sang, sometimes I listened to music, and I also sometimes went to other creative places. And one of them was drawing. Actually, the drawing of that butterfly that you see is one of my drawings that I did that I always gets me in a calm state as well. So, all those creative outlets, we can get to a stage where we are more relaxed and hopefully can think about other things and feeling sick all the time. So that's my butterfly. And sometimes I feel like I am the butterfly, that cocoon that is in this bubble in my house all the time. But, it's okay. We'll find another way. And at times we will be that beautiful butterfly if we wait and take time. And how do we do that? I use the spoon fairy so many times. I can't tell you how many times that spoon fairy is helping me get through the day. When I do this right now, I know I can't do something else later. And I have to have the discipline and follow my body, listen to my body, and understand that it's okay. This is a new me. And for me to do this, I have to have the discipline to use that spoon fairy. So find a way to music. How do we do this? Well, we are all different, and we find music that helps your nervous system. For you, it might be something else than me. For me, it's all the beautiful ballads and calm stuff. For you, it might be something different, like maybe pop music, rock, rap, and for even some, believe it or not, it's heavy metal music. Whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you in that rest and digest nervous system nice and calm will help your chronic illness. So another way, we have to find another way. And I began writing songs in 2018. And I kept going. And even if it was just a little bit, I kept going and I kept going because it was a place. My music was my therapy. My music was my food. It kept me from not getting depressed. It kept me from not going down into that hamster wheel where you got negative thoughts. If I focused on my music, I feel better. And it came all the way to, I never would imagine in 2018 that I will release an album in 2024. I have singles as well, and I have more to come. I'm very, very excited about my journey, and it will never stop because I know my music is so good for me. And I would like to share here towards the end one of my songs from the album, Another Way. Sometimes your life is lost and the world keeps spinning around. You're on your own and your dreams are crushed. So don't give up, 'cause the road will find another way. Don't give up, 'cause the road will find another way. Your mama tells you so. Your mama tells you so. I love you guys. Don't ever give up. That was a part of my song, Another Way. Thank you so much for listening, and let's make music together. Try to get into rest and digest, a place where our nervous system feels better through music. And remember, there's always another way. Again, thank you so much. If you'd like to follow me, I am on all streaming platforms, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify. Thank you again. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.